Commit to changing. Commit to trying something different, stepping outside of your box, changing your energy, accepting that today is going to be it's already an amazing day.
Stop. Face centered. Speech off.
Hi guys, it's Be I Life with Kelly and I'm back. Yes guys, I'm giving it to y'all tonight. This is the last night of spring, so that means by the time you guys are watching this, possibly it'll be the first day of summer. It'll be June 22nd, 2022. OMG, that is my very first friend's birthday. So I've got to hit her up after this video. And this will be the last video for today. So guys, what the heck am I talking about? I'm talking about law school, y'all. Yes, you thought it was over. It's not over. It's going, tonight is going down. We're in the final round. That's Babyface, you all. So yes, if you want to hear about what's going on with me in law school, then this is your video. So definitely like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me as usual, and let me update y'all on my law school journey. So, number one, everyone that wants to get involved, wants to go to law school, definitely I have other videos where I talk about my law school journey, my law school experience so far. I talk about LSAC, which is the Law School Admissions Council. I talk about the test, LSAT, Law School Admissions Test. I give you guys a lot of links and everything in my previous videos, so definitely check that out. Once you subscribe, if you click on videos, then you can just scroll down and you guys will see those videos. Let me just debrief you real quick. So definitely you have to register with LSAC, Law School Admissions Council. You will go to their website, which is lsac.org. So this would probably be a good time for y'all to grab your notes. If you got a cell phone, you have an iPad, you have a PC, whatever you have, pen and paper, so you can write this stuff down really quickly if you are interested in going to law school. Okay, otherwise you can always rewind. But you're going to create a profile on lsac.org. You will be assigned an account number. It's like your social security number that you will have for your entire time that you are in law school. You will use this website, this portal, to do absolutely everything concerning law school. You will use it to take the bar for your specific state. You will use it to apply to the schools that you want to apply to. You will click on the schools you want to apply to. Thankfully, you will be able to upload all your docs in your account on lsac.org, and everything will get sent, but you will have to pay per school that you're applying to. You're going to have to pay for your GRE scores to be sent if you're applying to schools that do not require LSAT but will take your GRE scores, and it is $27 per school. And you're going to go through ETS, like Edward, Tom, Sam. So definitely get on that. You do need to complete your application for law school 4 to 6 weeks prior to your school's deadline. So like my school's deadline, or one of the schools that I'm interested in, is on June 30th, which is next Thursday. So I should have completed everything in my application by the last week of May, to just have plenty of time. I will tell you guys the time frames that they have specified on the website. Factor in if you're mailing in, but since we're doing everything electronically, I will tell you guys that if you have 2 weeks, you're fine, because they get everything so quickly. You're going to request your transcripts on their website, and it's just going to go straight to LSAC into your file. And so there's also a link for your letters of recommendation. The schools that I'm applying to do not require letters of recommendation, but it is optional, and they only will accept a maximum of 2 letters of recommendation. And there's a link, so you basically just click, you type in the person's name and their email address, and it sends them the letter of recommendation link where they just upload it and it comes right to the portal. So everything that you need for your application is right there, guys. And really and truly, it's not that much. You're gonna write a statement of purpose, which is just like an essay explaining why you want to go to law school if you're not doing the LSAT. If you're doing the LSAT, then the writing sample is already included in the exam, and so boom, you have that going on, unless the school specifically requires an essay formatted statement of purpose, and then you're just going to sit up there and explain why you want to go to law school, what your goals are, what your motivation is, and get that done. So I will tell you guys that going into I will tell you to definitely be on a PC to get this done, because if you try to do it off your iPhone or your iPad, there's different options that you need to access that will not be there. For example, earlier today I was like trying to add a school to my list, and once I clicked on so I went in there, and then it says like credentials, and CAS is a link once you go into my home. And then after you do that, you have to scroll down to add institutions. Oh, this was when I was adding a school to the schools I've gone to. And then when you go into add institutions, it says actions. Well, I could never get the actions link off of my iPhone, and I'm using the 13 Pro. And so but once I got on the PC, then there were all the options to do it. And sometimes when you're on your iPhone or your iPad, you'll have an option to format. Like you could request desktop version on your mobile device, or it'll hide reader view, and then it'll go ahead on and pop up with those extra options, buttons, and links. But for some reason, I wasn't getting any of those options. So I will say, if you're visually impaired and you're using assistive technology, that I would say be in an environment where you have someone sighted with you so you could get done, because it gets quite tedious navigating all around, looking for certain things, and listening for certain things that a visual user could have just clicked on for you in 5 seconds and get on about your way. Especially when you start uploading documents. I will also tell you guys that LSAC has a great customer service. If you guys want the phone number, it's 215-968-1001, or you can call 215-966-6625. They're open like 8 to 8:30, like 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and I think they do have Saturday hours as well, but you have to double check. And that's Eastern Standard Time. ETS has great services too for students with disabilities, and if you register with them, they will process your GRE score over the phone. You just need to have a debit or a credit card for them to process that for you. So that makes it really nice, because logging onto their website and then trying to select schools and all this other stuff, that's just one more hassle. But whatever you feel comfortable with doing. But I will tell you guys, you could call ETS, and they will do it for you over the phone, and it's no additional charge. It's $27 if you're going to use the GRE. Now, if you're going to use your GRE scores, they only accept them. It have to be within 5 years. So that means that you had to have taken it 2017 or earlier. So, or what is it, sooner? So 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, and 22. So that's it. And for the LSAT scores, I think they only take, I think they might take them at a max of 5 years, but I know for sure it's 2 years. I know for sure you have a 2-year window to submit LSAT scores. So if you took it in 2020, but like July or even June, if you took it like June 23rd, you know what I mean? As long as it's less than 2 years ago, you could still use those scores. Otherwise, you will have to register for the LSAT, and it does tell you when you click on the school that this school requires LSAT scores, and it'll tell you you don't have any usable or viable LSAT scores. It'll tell you haven't uploaded. So that's when it has on there, as soon as you log in to register for the next LSAT test, law school admissions test. So let's get back into this next topic. So continuing on with our application, so we've selected our institutions. Before you can even start selecting institutions, it has you agree to pay your application fee. So for one of the schools that I was applying to, it was $20. And then you have to pay your CAS fee, which is your credentialing file, and that's $45. Okay, and then you have to pay per school to have your official transcript sent to them, and you have to acknowledge, do you owe an outstanding financial debt to these institutions or not. And then you have to agree to the fees. Now, I'm only applying, just to give you guys an example, I only applied to one school and at this time, so that I could see what the per price would be. And by the time I finished, I added 2 prior colleges. It only wanted, so initially it'll say on there, you need to include every school that you've ever gone to. And then but when you go to undergraduate, it only wants the school you got your bachelor's degree from. So I put that in there, boom. And I didn't even know it was already in there, because once you create your profile, it asks you, where did you get your bachelor's? And so you put preliminary information there. So when I went in there to add institutions, it already had that. I just had to clear up what type of degree I got. I had to clear up, what was my major, stuff like that. Then I added an institution, because it will ask if you have a graduate degree. Even though they're only considering your undergraduate stats, it still asks, do you have a graduate degree? So you put that school in there if you do, and then it asks other schools attended, and that's where you could put, like, let's say you started graduate programs but you didn't finish them, then that's where you can put the other schools you've attended, your licensure programs. You can put all that type of stuff, because even though they're factoring your undergraduate GPA, your total application is looked at, and it is going to be a point of consideration. For example, most schools want to recruit students that are going to stay in the program. So they want to see a certain level of competency, that you were able to complete programs at a high proficiency. They're going to want to see that you're going to add value to their school. That means you're going to attract other students, that you have some type of, camaraderie about you that will inspire, motivate other students to stick in there, to, make the cut, make the grades, things of that nature. They want to know that you're going to add to the school from a social perspective. Are you going to get involved in student government organizations? Are you going to be a part of, what are you going to do for the law school? All of that matters. So when you put in there, boom, I went to this school, I went to that school, I did, that one form where it talks about your awards and previous accomplishments and honors, you really need to load that mug up. If you have a lot of community service, you need to put that in there. You need to put your positions in there, what you accomplished. You need to put in there if you campaigned work before, whatever accomplishments, awards, community services, positions that you've held. That's the time to hold that down. If you're a big time scholarship kid like I am, you need to put all that stuff down there, because they're gonna say, oh, this kid is a go-getter, this kid don't play, this kid gonna come in here and do some things, yeah, this kid is gonna graduate. And that's the bottom line. These schools want to know you're going to graduate, because when you don't, you bring their numbers down. They don't want their numbers going down, they want them going up. And they're also thinking about how much scholarship money they're willing to waste on you. Like, boom, this kid's gonna finish this program, let's give them, you know, 70,000. This kid right here, we're gonna take a chance on them, but maybe we'll just give them 20,000, because, you know, if we lose 20, that's fine. I mean, it's not, but, you know, we'd rather lose 20 than 70. So all these things matter, guys. So put as much information as you can. I will say on those statements of purpose, those essays, why do you want to go to, that's the bottom line. Why are you here? Why do you want to go to law school? And what do you plan to do with it? I would say make that short and sweet. You can, on YouTube here, there's tons of videos talking about your statement. What, you know, people, they show you what they wrote, blah, 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 especially the people that got into law school. Watch those videos, but definitely keep it short and sweet. Do the whole 5W1H thing. Who, what, where, when, why, how. So definitely you make your first paragraph your introduction. Basically, you're telling them, you know, boom, my name is such and such. I want to be this kind, I want to practice this kind of law. I've always wanted to become a lawyer because of XYZ, or because these different things happen. This is what really incited my passion for law. Boom. I'm super excited about attending this university. This has been a dream of mine come true. Bow. Now the next three paragraphs are going to break down each one of those sentences. So the first sentence you said, you know, you fell in love with law, and then you tell a story. So you take 4 or 5 sentences in that next paragraph and you tell that story. I can remember I saw this movie, la la la, and when this happened in this movie, I was just like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. I just knew this, I don't know. Or, oh, I've always had a big heart for community outreach, and I just really want to be an effective member of intellectual property law, so that I could provide great platforms, and know that these, I don't know what you want to say, but you're gonna just talk about that, boom, in a few sentences, and then go to the next paragraph, and then you're gonna talk about, you know, other facets of yourself that can be fulfilled with law. So now you're gonna say, you know, this will be a part of my legacy. I want to open up a law firm and start youth clinics, where you know, middle school children and high schoolers can be exposed to the life of law and see, you know, different facets of law and things that they could contribute. And I want to provide scholarships. I don't know. You put all that stuff in there. How this is gonna bless your life, bless the community's life, how this is going to change, you know, the world, right? Boom. Then you end it with the conclusion. You know, in conclusion, I can't wait to walk across that stage May 2025 as a Panther, blah blah, I don't know, whatever you're gonna say. You're gonna say, you know, I'm looking forward to a bright future representing my college and my community, as, you know, an outstanding member of law, changing the game, blah, blah, blah. And then you're finished. Don't sit up there and do no long, drawn out, you know, 3-4 pages, like, oh, you know, I come from such and, you know, this and that, and all of this, you know, these long-winded stories. They're not reading all that, first of all. There's several videos here on YouTube too, where law school admissions are showing you them reviewing your application and what they're looking for. This woman goes through your application like 5 minutes or less. All she does is look for the key points. She looks for your GPA. She looked for your awards and accomplishments. She skimmed through your statement, and that girl got in. The person's application she was looking at, I'm telling you, that was like probably 2 minutes, honestly. And she even said, we're not reading all that. She said they looking for key points, and if it's there, boom, 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 the right people's names on there, they're done. You're in, or you're not. You got scholarship money, you got a lot or a little, and she's finished. They're sending you your acceptance letter. You need to pay your $500 to hold your seat, and that's it. So guys, anyway, I've been supposed to do this video where I was talking to you guys more like step per step of actually applying. I wanted to sit in front of the computer with y'all and show you, but there's absolutely no way that I can show y'all anything because it just has way too much of my information. There's just no way I can do it. So I was like, let me just do what I do best and talk about it. So I'm praying that later this week, no later than next week, I'm going to be going on some tours of 2 particular schools, one here in Georgia and one in Florida. And so that's going to be pretty much our life over the next couple of weeks, is going to be us touring law schools, possibly sitting on some informationals, and me particularly going through the process of admittance. And so that's what it's gonna be. That's what's going down, guys. We're dwindling around, we're dwindling down, and you know, school's gonna be, it's gonna be time to go to school here in a second. It is. And I'm excited about it, guys. What can I say? You know? So anyway, I'll also be doing a video talking about my process of getting counselors through the state to help and support, you know, me, because you guys know that I have to have transportation, getting back and forth to school, and wrapping my mind around that and learning the ways of that. And I also talked to you guys about the pros and cons of going to a state law school versus a private law school, and what that means, particularly to persons with impairments, because most state agencies will pay 100% for you to go to a state school versus a private school. You have to petition for that. If your counselor doesn't support you in that manner, lots of times they will tell you off top there's only so much money they can pay per credit hour, so that puts you in a position where you have to get loans to pay the balance if that's a school that you really want to go to. But if you have a qualifying reason as to why you want to go to that school, such as that school is the only school within a reasonable distance of your home with that particular program, or the career options, you know, what the position that it's going to put you in after, you know, obtaining that degree, is going to have it where you don't have to go back to school anymore. It's going to support you and help you be able to get off of Social Security. Like, all these different reasons will put your counselor in a position to be able to fully pay your tuition. So I'll do a video about that too, guys. And I love you to pieces. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Again, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, you guys. We're on our way to 200 subscribers. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Whoa, guys, I done kicked y'all down.
Speech on. One face. Stop recording. Stop recording.